The Red Hot Chili Peppers are behind Charlotte. That means we're going under the bridge to play some Bold or Spicy. You like what I did there, folks? A little mixed, a little of this and a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Bold
We
or
can't
Spicy.
stop, I mean.
The game where I read a statement, Charlotte reads a statement. We have to rank each other's statements on a scale of 1 to 10 by how bold or spicy. I still don't know what the difference is. But we'll get it started, Charlotte, with this statement. Bradley Beal's all-star level of play is over. Not just him being called an all-star, the actual caliber of all-star play is over for him.
I think that's pretty spicy. I'm gonna give that an 8 because he's 30. He's been an all-star a lot of times. How many times? I mean, do you know?
I want to say like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah,
Is that right?
What is it? He's averaged like 22 points over 650-ish games in his career. I think this guy, I think he's still got it. He's still going. 30 isn't old. I mean, I couldn't have done it at 30, but I also couldn't have done it at 19. So I think Bradley's still got a lot left in the tank.
3-time All-Star, 22 points per game. Wow, look at us. Off the top, just knowledge. All right.
Okay. Here's a spicy one for you. Are you ready, Amin?
Yeah.
Karl Anthony Towns demands a trade solely because Rudy Gobert is annoying.
2. The only reason I say 2 is because he'll probably demand trade for other reasons as well. So the solely part is the part where I'm like, maybe that's pushing it a little bit. But other than that, yeah, I could see it. Yeah, for sure. Rudy Gobert, man, like, he means well. I think, you know what it is? I think he's someone who, like, learned leadership from, like, reading about it in a book. And then thinks, like,
that feels right.
All I got to do is hold teammates accountable. And then, like, just walks in there and does stuff. And everyone's like, what the hell's wrong with you? So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I don't think we talked about the Cat interview on Paul George's podcast.
No, what did he say?
Karl Anthony Towns was like, they were like, what was it like when Rudy was added? And he was like, I was in Europe and found out about it on social media, and it was an adjustment. Like talking about it in the polite terms of like, I hated everything about this.
Yeah. Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. Here we go. Wow. All right. Charlotte, your statement is Steve Kerr is done as a head coach after this year. He's done.
Like a 45. I think that's the spiciest one. Steve Kerr is not gonna hang up his basketball shoes yet. God, really, hang up your cleats doesn't work in basketball. No. I mean, I know that he's done what? He's done everything. 5 championships as a player, 4 as a head coach.
Yep.
Team USA, all that stuff.
Yep.
Why would he stop? He can still do it. I feel like he's a guy who, if he's not doing something basketball related, he'll keel over.
Yeah, I mean, Steve's also like a quality of life guy, so I could see him being like, I don't need this. So.
I mean, if it were me, I probably would have stopped a few years ago.
Yeah, you quit while you're ahead?
Yeah. Gotta know when to leave the party, Steve, but I don't think he's gonna do it.
Know when to hold them and know when to fold them. All right, what's the next one, Charlotte?
Jaime Jaquez Jr. could win Rookie of the Year. That's your spicy take, I mean.
10. Come on, guys. Rookie of the Year requires, like, 2 really necessary things. Minutes, shots. That's all it is. If you look through, it's like word count all over again, Charlotte. That's right. If you look through the annals of history, not to be confused with the annals of history, you'll see that the Rookie of the Year almost every year is the guy who averaged the most points. Why? Because people are lazy. They just like scoring. Now, a lot of times those guys are actually the best players in the rookie class, so it's not like they were far off. But for old JJJ, as I like to call him, like, he's not going to get the minutes or opportunities to shoot that guys like Scoot Henderson, that Brandon Miller, that Victor Wembanyama, that some of the other rookies are going to get. And so, he's not going to win Rookie of the Year. That's easy.
Okay.
All right. Last one for you, Charlotte.
Yep.
Mark Jackson will be an NBA coach again this season. Now, Hollywood, does he have to be a head coach
Yeah,
or is
is
assistant
this
coach?
head, or if it doesn't say head coach,
Just coach.
Just
So there
coach?
you go. It's open
That's
season for Mark
a one.
Jackson to be an NBA coach again this season. Mark Jackson, of course, was part of the broadcast team at ESPN covering the NBA Finals and other marquee games. And he got let go in favor of the new crew that has Doc Rivers and Doris Burke in it. So do you see him on the sidelines again this season, Charlotte?
yeah, I mean, well,
1 to 10. That's the game we're playing here.
I think it's a 3 because I don't know about this season. How does the hiring coaching cycle work? Like,
to get hired as an assistant coach is
Yeah.
usually what's happened is the head coach got fired, someone got appointed as the new head coach, and now he needs an assistant coach, and they bring in like someone. If it's someone coming in from the outside being an assistant coach, it is usually that kind of scenario. Which
okay, then maybe a 4 because the right head coach would have to get fired in the middle of the season. But I feel like Mark Jackson is a very likely candidate for an assist. If this were next season, I'd say it's a 1. But I guess the timing of it makes it a little spicier.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Here's yours, Amin. Your last spicy take. The Warriors don't make it out of the first round of the playoffs.
The Chris Paul thing really. I was gonna jump to a 9, but the Chris Paul element, I'm not sure how it works. I'm not sure what kind of impact that has on a team if it's not working. Gonna go 6.5.
Okay.
Like it's still a spicy take. I think as long as Steph, Draymond, and Clay are healthy, and Looney, I think that's a team that. I mean, look, Steph, Draymond,
It
Clay.
sounded like you were saying as long as Steph, Clay, and Draymond are still healthy and loony,
Yeah.
like still wacky guys.
Wacky guys, Looney Tunes. No, but Steph, Clay, Wiggins, Draymond, and Looney, that lineup had the best net rating of any 5-man lineup in the NBA last season.
Really?
So, yeah, they're still amazing when they're all healthy. Obviously, health and availability has been an issue over the past season. The Chris Paul part adds a tricky element because it could either work amazingly or it could backfire disastrously. I don't really see an in-between there. So I'm going to give it like a 6.5.
All right. Man, I'm really excited. The Chris Paul thing is the sneaky drama that I'm really excited for. I can't wait to see how that goes.